I'm going to be honest with you for a second. If you don't have high testosterone levels, you're probably not going to get a good glow up in 2024. It's just the truth. You can watch a bunch of YouTube videos, change your style, and go to the gym. Try to eat right, and even get results. But without adequate testosterone levels in your body, even if you achieve results, you won't be able to maximize them. When testosterone levels are high, your body functions at its maximum level. It affects the way your muscles grow, the masculinity of your face. It affects your hair and even your psyche. Good balanced testosterone changes the game in a real way. You look at the world differently because your confidence level increases. According to a study conducted by Harvard and the University of Oregon, higher testosterone levels are directly responsible for increased feelings of confidence. But how do you determine if you have low testosterone levels? A few signs that you don't necessarily have it, but if you have most of the signs, you should probably see a doctor and have your testosterone levels checked. Low energy. If you are constantly low on energy and you have no motivation to work or go do anything. Skinny fat. If you are doing everything you can, from dieting to lifting weights, but you're not getting slim, you're still a skinny fat guy with man boobs. It's probably because your estrogen and testosterone levels aren't balanced in your body. Sex drive. If your sex drive is decreasing and you find that you are not interested in sex, little body and facial hair. If you start to lose the volume of your beard or your hair starts to thin, there is a chance that your testosterone is declining. Gloomy mood. If you're depressed all of a sudden and you're constantly snapping over nothing, then you probably have low testosterone levels. ED. If you constantly can't get it up, you probably have low levels of testosterone. High voice. If you're a man who sounds like an 8-year-old girl, something is wrong. If you've tried every technique to get your voice to sound and it doesn't, then you probably have low testosterone. Like I said, if you have one of these signs or symptoms, it may not be a cause for concern. But if you have most of them, you should definitely see a doctor and get your T levels checked. But even if you don't have low T levels, as a man you should do everything you can to keep your testosterone levels at a good level. So there are a few things you can do on your own without taking any supplements that can boost your testosterone levels to the right level. These steps are all completely natural, so you won't have to worry about side effects. Get rid of plastic. Plastic is not only bad for the environment, it's bad for your testosterone. Most plastics contain a chemical called bisphenol A, or BPA. This chemical is known as an endocrine disruptor. An endocrine disruptor is a hormone-disrupting chemical that mimics naturally produced hormones. For example, estrogen. And there are studies that show that when men are exposed to it can lead to decreased libido, decreased muscle mass, decreased sperm count, reduces the number of motile sperm, and disrupts the metabolic pathways that are responsible for testosterone production. And what's most amazing is that we're just basically living with a disruptor. Most of us have things made of plastic, from the chair you sit on to food containers. And I know it can be difficult to avoid plastic completely, but you can still be aware and take the necessary steps to reduce the amount of plastic in your daily life, allowing you to live a healthier life and naturally increase your testosterone levels. And you don't have to give up plastic right away. You can start with a few items and work your way towards a plastic-free life. Trust me, it's possible. You just need discipline. Dopamine addiction. If you're addicted to video games or watching porn, your T levels may be dropping. In a study conducted by the Journal of Sexual Medicine, it was found that men who play video games have a lower libido is lower than those who don't play. It's only because the games are too intense. This leads to a condition called hyperprolactinemia, in which prolactin levels rise in the body, causing testosterone levels to drop. Also, when you play video games, it causes a constant influx of dopamine in the body. The same thing can happen if you're addicted to watching porn. When you watch porn, you get a rush of dopamine, which then decreases when you finish. If you watch porn every day, it can cause your body to become desensitized to sexual stimuli. This can decrease arousal and lead to difficulty achieving and maintaining an erection. In addition, viewing pornography disrupts the sleep cycle, which leads to lower testosterone levels. So it's time to get rid of this addiction if you want to maintain good testosterone levels in your body. Get exercise. Doing nothing and not exercising or working out is one of the worst things you can do for a T level. It's been proven that when you're active and exercise, it naturally raises your testosterone levels. So even if you don't like going to the gym, there are tons of other ways to be active. You can do competitive sports, boxing, gymnastics, and more. You can even stay at home and download workout programs to your phone. The main thing is to find a good exercise regimen that suits you, and do exercises with an emphasis on load progression. This will have a positive effect on your T levels. Sleep. If you think you can go to bed at any time and wake up at any time, even if you don't lead a sedentary lifestyle, you're killing your T levels. The average person needs at least 8 hours of sleep. Not 8 hours from the time you go to bed, but 8 hours from the time you fall asleep. If you know you have to get up at 6 a.m. for school or work, you go to bed at 10 p.m., right? That's wrong. Most people don't fall asleep as soon as they lay down on the bed. Therefore, you need to spend at least an hour in bed. This time is even longer if you use your phone before bedtime. After all, if you see something that catches your attention, your brain will want to process it, and this can extend your recovery period. You need to have at least 5 sleep cycles every night so that when you wake up, you are full of energy and your body is healed. The quality of sleep really plays an important role for your T levels. If you are one of those people who have constantly interrupted sleep, or if you are already sleep deprived, you need more sleep to compensate for that. So I can't stress enough how important it is to develop the habit of waking up at a certain time, going to bed at a certain time, and not using your phone or other devices that can cause stress. Devices that can cause stress should be turned off at least an hour before bedtime. Eating habits. You kill your testosterone when you eat foods like bread, desserts, processed foods. These foods are not good for your testosterone levels. However, sugar is probably the #1 thing you need to stay away from if you want to boost your testosterone. Almost all fast foods and snacks contain sugar. You definitely need to work on your entire diet. One thing that many people think is healthy, but that destroys their testosterone, is soy. Soy contains high amounts of phytoestrogens, which are plant-derived substances that act similarly to estrogen. Let's not forget about alcohol. Stop drinking every Friday night because you've had a busy week. It destroys your testosterone. Your mental health. A lot of guys forget this, but poor mental health actually destroys their testosterone levels. What's going on inside of you can also affect your testosterone. So if you're constantly focusing on negative emotions or thinking negative thoughts, your brain is always stressed. This means that your cortisol levels will be elevated, and when your cortisol levels are high, your testosterone levels go down. To avoid this, you need to be more mindful and disciplined in your daily life. Remember that you are in control of your thoughts and habits. If you are one of those who are struggling with this, delete social media from your phone. Trust me, it will help. So get outside, move your body, find a hobby that interests you. Fill your life with positivity and joy. You'll feel less stressed and anxious. You'll have increased energy levels, a healthy sex drive, better brain function, a better mood, and you'll enjoy a healthy night's sleep every night. Watch our channel for more tips on how to improve yourself this year.